going to try this again. We love technology. So I was trying to add myself with my phone. And somehow it ended the stream. So that's cool. Hopefully your friends will be able to join us. Otherwise, it'll just be the two of us talking your faces off. Amber, what's going on with your Wi-Fi? Your Wi-Fi is completely out?
My Wi-Fi was completely out. It's back. I am just going really quickly to put this right back in the Broadway fan club.
Look at you, you're so damn good.
So folks
is it
know
just
we're
the weather
back.
is funky or what's happening?
I have no idea.
I'm checking my weather to make sure this doesn't happen again. Oh, come on. Wi-Fi, behave yourself. Oh, it's going to be raining the next 500 days. Thank you, Florida. All right, are we all shared?
We're shared.
You are the best. Anyways, let's move right along into our next topic. You were talking about openings and closings.
Yes. So we did have an opening this week.
We did.
And that was Once Upon a Mattress, which is very exciting.
And I love that they were doing so much cool social media stuff. They were encouraging people to come and do trivia. They away
did the sleep mask.
Yes, the sleep mask for first previews. So cool.
Very cool.
A lot of our Once Upon a Mattress group members there that have been posting some amazing photos. And they seem to have had amazing seats. Now, I personally haven't seen a show in Hudson in a long, long time. But you saw Marilee there, so
I did.
That's a bad seat in that house. It doesn't look like the Gershwin.
No, it's not like a huge theater. So basically, all the seats are pretty. They have a pretty good view, no matter where you're sitting. There are some obstructed seats, just like from the sides.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's a pretty good view.
I mean, what an incredible cast, too. You've got Sutton, you've got Michael Urie, you've got Newsies Bingo, Carol Lindsay.
Yes.
500 other incredible casts, but go see it if you can. It's only a limited run, too. They're only running through, mid-September? My mind.
I believe November.
Oh, I'm just completely wrong today. That's fine.
Yes, I believe November.
I think it's maybe I'm planning on seeing them when I go up for Broadway Flea. So that's my intention. And I'll tell you, I keep seeing people selling their tickets real cheap online, y'all. So keep an eye out for it because it seems like one of those shows everybody bought out tickets and they're just ready to go so another night. So we have that. What else do we have, Amber?
Let's see. That's for openings. Then we also have some closings coming up.
Boo.
We have on Saturday, August 10th, Illinois will be playing their final show.
That's crazy. It's such a limited run, too. And it wasn't my type of show, but it really is beautiful. And it's been getting such an incredible review and sparking a lot of people's, I guess, creativity when they're seeing it. It's really kind of cool to see.
And I feel like it's kind of one of those shows that's changing the way you think of Broadway.
100%.
So 100%. It's one of those groundbreaking shows.
It is, but is it going in the direction of like Six, where a lot of people say it shouldn't be in the category of musical or Broadway because it's an hour and a half long, concert? Or is it going into, look, more interpretive dance can be seen as a Broadway play because it's not a musical.
Right.
So, is that something, or would it play better to an off-Broadway house?
Yeah. Then the second closing we have coming up in a couple of weeks will be The Wiz. They will be playing their final show on August 18th, 2024. Oh, and Olivia just mentioned The Wiz is closing too. Yep, Olivia, you're right there with us.
I mean, I get it. Here's my thing, and I maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Chris Levy especially, but I don't ever remember a season like this where it was just so many short run shows. It feels like this is like a lot of short run shows that are just thrown into the 2023-2024 in between the 2024-2025 season.
Right.
Do you recall in recent years anything being this like, okay, we're only running for 6 weeks. Hey, Jeffrey Cohen came in late. What show? We're talking about Illinois, and then The Wiz also closing for a limited. Yeah, no, Olivia, we're talking about the limited engagements that these shows are having. It seems like a lot of these shows are coming out as a limited run. Like, let's look at it. The last 5 years, limited. There's so many things that are coming out that
Once Upon a Mattress, limited.
But is it, and I mean, Sweeney Todd, a lot of people thought was considered limited, and it was an open run.
Right.
And they were like, no, it's limited. No, it was not. Bringing in Aaron and Sutton was not a Hail Mary. That was the plan all along. But that was an open run show. It's just really fascinating to me. It feels like there's so many limited run, short-term shows that are kind of renting the space, playing, doing their thing, and piecing out. And I hate that. I want more longevity. Let's see. Chris Levy. I'm used to short runs because that just, there you go. But that's because they just fail to find an audience. This whole limited run thing, I guess they feel they can make their budget and get out okay. But most of us can't just hop up to New York for the day to see something that's going to close in 6 weeks. Except Amber, who takes a train for 2.5 hours. Or Friends of a City. I know that they're really trying to get more like suburbanites and the people that are more in the tri-state area to come. So I don't know if that's maybe their intention. Yes, Mary as well. Thank you, Jeffrey. Maybe it's because they're trying to get more locals to come and they're like, hey, locals, come do this. It's a short-term thing. Or are they trying to do a power push? I'm like video gaming today. Like all right, everybody, you only have 3 months to go see the last 5 months or last 5 years. 5 months, geez. Last 5 years, hurry, go. And then like New York sells out and it's crazy. It's just not making sense. Not making sense at all. Yes, Olivia just takes the 5-minute subway. We're very jealous.
We are very jealous of that.
But that's okay. And you're talking about the cost to run the shows too. Yes, but the investors have it for that short period of time. And they're constantly making money to put back into the show. I think, was it Marilee? Oh, there was another one. And Juliet just hit it as well, that they've actually paid off all debt and now they're completely in like the black. Like they're completely profiting from the show. It's just kind of bonkers. And let us know, do you like these limited engagement short runs, or do you prefer knowing there's an open run show? You never know what something is going to close, but we know for right now, those anchor shows, Wicked, Lion King, Hamilton, Moulin Rouge, and Juliet seems to have some staying power. Shockingly,
Hadestown
6. I mean, these are the shows that you can go. Chicago, longest running. These are the shows you can go to New York, go check out, go do it. What? Book of Mormon. How dare we forget? We're just talking about Andrew Rannells. Artists don't want to commit to long runs, especially Hollywood actors. And Jeffrey, that brings up a good point too. I think we're having more of an open forum conversation tonight. What do you guys think about stunt casting? And if you're not familiar with that, stunt casting is when a cast, and we talked a little bit about the show before, it's when a show casts a well-known Hollywood actor, actress, or singer, somebody. Sarah Bareilles with Waitress. Something to that effect where they know it's going to bring people in quickly. Let's talk about Adam Lambert and Lily Cavallo coming in for Cabaret. We have in our Kit Kat Club group has grown exponentially since the announcement came out with Glamberts, which is freaking awesome. And we're learning a lot more about that fandom as well. Do we like the stunt castings where we can go see, Adam Lambert as the MC, or we don't care about Adam Lambert, Wayne Brady in The Wiz?
Ariana Madix just returned to Chicago. That was This is her second run because
let's talk about Jinx Monsoon casting, like
so
Jinx
popular
everywhere.
Yeah,
I know particularly. I'm not going, oh my god, but if it was somebody Broadway royalty, like if Alan Cumming came into a show, I'm like, I'm there because I appreciate what Alan Cumming can do.
Right.
Yes, Little Shop of Horrors, Jeffrey, absolutely. They're constantly stunt casting. And if you've ever been to the West Side Theater, which I absolutely love that theater, it is an off-Broadway theater down 9th. It's like 2 blocks away from like Broadway theaters. It's the cutest little thing. I think pretty much Amber and I have been to it numerous times. It's tiny. You go upstairs, you wait. It looks like an old school movie theater, and literally you go in. There's not a bad seat in the house.
I was going to say that's another one where there's no bad seat in that house.
But Little Shop was written specifically to be off Broadway. You can't put Little Shop on Broadway. Too big of houses. It needs to be an intimate show for us sick and twisted individuals. Darren Criss, holy cow, Evan Rachel Wood, they sold out that house way in advance.
Corbin Bleu,
Jordan Fisher. So it's really been interesting. And then now you've got Nick Jonas. But let's talk about even more exciting stuff. Talking about stuff that's coming. Freaking Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter.
That's on our list. Waiting for Godot.
Waiting for Godot. First off, what a show. If you guys don't know Waiting for Godot, I strongly encourage you. What is going on here? I strongly encourage you to read the book, do whatever you can. It is a hell of a show. And for those two, mind blown. Mind freaking blown. I don't think that any Bill and Ted's fans are going to know what freaking hit them. Tom Hiddleston hitting the West End. Freaking Loki. I would go see Tom Hiddleston, but also because he's a classic trained Shakespearean actor who happened to fall into Marvel. Christian Borle. Jeffrey just brought up Christian Borle. Yeah, but Christian's a Broadway guy. And remember, Christian Borle and Sutton Foster were married for several years. They were like the it couple of Broadway for a very long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And Olivia makes a comment, and I agree. I have a feeling Cabaret is going to do the same thing Chicago is doing. Absolutely.
Well, that's what London does. And London has been doing it for, 3 years successfully?
And I still want to see Mason. I still want Mason to come and do the New York Cabaret.
I would love if they could make an appearance. That would be incredible.
Robert Downey Jr., Olivia also has a point. It's like a lot of Marvel people are hitting up Broadway all of a sudden. It's really incredible to see. I'm here for it, and I'm hoping that it does Broadway well. But I don't want a show to rely on it because the story and the books suffer. I think that's my point. Like, we know the book of Cabaret for those that are Cabaret fans. That book's incredible. It's very hard material, and you have to be in two different places at once. One, fantasy and, craziness and music and sexy people. On the other hand, oh my God, Nazis and death and crazy actual historical shit happening. And you have to find that parallel. I've been watching Fringe, the TV show. For those of you that have not, you really have to have those compartmentalized like parallel universes to be able to enjoy a show. And you need to be able to appreciate what these performers are doing. But also support the understudies. We were talking about this last week. I think we always talk about this is, look, just because it's Eddie Redmayne is out, those understudies are freaking good. Go see them. Go support them.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I just saw Tracy Lane Lee in the role of Jordan Baker when I saw The Great Gatsby because Samantha Pauly is out with pneumonia.
I can't believe Samantha's still out.
She came back, I think, yesterday.
She was supposed to have
2 full weeks.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that was a long out. But Tracy was amazing. She had me. Yeah, I almost was like watching her like 90% of the time. She was so good.
Yeah. It's like look at Samantha Paulino too. She just hit her like swing bingo.
Yeah.
Where every single role that she is trained in and can perform, she has now performed.
Right.
Guys, that's a feat in itself.
Yeah. So, usually it's like 7 different tracks.
At least, because your alternate, swing, understudy. I mean, and you have to be ready at a moment's notice. These understudies and alternates, like swings, whatever the terminology you want to call them, they are getting ready just like they're going on. They are half makeuped out, like stuff that would take less than 2 minutes to apply and go. And they are ready alongside of the leads that if they need to go, they go. Just like when I saw Gatsby, they switched out for the second act for Muriel.
Mm-hmm. When I saw Cabaret, they switched out second half for Rosie.
Which is crazy. And
Yeah.
Olivia saw Marty. They were fabulous. Yes, Marsha. That would be incredible. Incredible. All right, what's next on our agenda?
That actually brings us right into our next topic there, which is that there is at this performance, the concert series at Green Room 42 on August 19th, which is an event that actually features standbys, understudies, and alternates, which
Yep.
is like a very awesome kind of live concert cabaret event.
It's their
That
time to shine. It gives them the opportunity to be in the spotlight and be appreciated and recognized for what they're doing. For
yeah,
sure.
we have understudies from Suffs, Moulin Rouge, Hell's Kitchen. Let's see, and Juliet, Sign of the Times, Back to the
Sign of the
Future.
Time. Oh. I only say sign of the times to interrupt you because wonderful friend to me on the show, Justin Sargent, is driving as we speak to hit the Angelica tour for Hamilton as King George. So happy trails and not happy trails, but happy show, happy tour. But that was the last show that I got to see my body in was Sign of the Times, and it was so much fun.
And this is just a really cool fact about the At This Performance series. It debuted in October of 2003, so it's been taking place for over 20 years.
It's crazy.
And it has showcased the talents of over 1,000 standbys, understudies, and alternates who have covered over 6,000 roles.
That's incredible. I remember
It's true.
I was watching, was it TikTok or something like at 3:00 in the morning one of these days. And it was, I don't know what's going on today. It was all of the understudies. Oh my goodness. Was it Neil Patrick Harris? It was one of the Tony Awards where they brought on all of the ensemble, the understudies, everybody, and had them do performance. And that's so cool. Like stage door last week, like what we were talking about on Friday's show, was we had stage door Back to the Future and people are waiting for Roger Bart or Casey Likes or Jelani and they couldn't come out. They had something going on. Totally fine. What about the freaking understudies, the ensembles, the swings? JJ came out. Like, guys,
Yeah.
JJ's incredible. And he is also Marty. Like,
right. Absolutely.
You never know who's coming out. Yeah.
And that's a reason that I love those free Broadway kind of extra events, like the Pride events, like the Broadway in the Park events, because
It's
a lot
all
of times it's understudies and it's swings that finally get a chance to showcase their talents.
Yep.
So it's amazing to get to see, another perspective. And then you can say, like, oh, hey, I got to see this song from this show from an understudy and they were amazing. I think I'd really like to see them in the performance.
I mean, didn't Jeremy Jordan start as an understudy / alternate? Look at him now.
Everyone starts as an understudy alternate.
And that's like Jennifer Lynn's favorite thing to be like, I love you, Jennifer. But like, she just happened to become friends with somebody that happened to be an understudy in for that night. And now they're, thick as thieves. I think that's so cool. Like, you never know who's coming out those doors and who's going right onto the stage. So it's really incredible.
Absolutely.
What is our next agenda topic, madam?
Our next topic.
Very exciting day.
I know. Oh, Olivia said they met Marty at stage door too. That's awesome that you got to meet Marty. I love Marty. I'm very jealous of that. But our next topic goes hand in hand with cabaret, because it is that Fat Ham's Calvin Leo Smith is coming in to replace Ado Blanks and Wood in cabaret on Broadway starting on September 16th. So when Adam Lambert and
Alili Carvalho.
I can never say her full name. Come in. We will.
You can just call her Adult Moana. It's fine.
We will also be having Calvin Leo Smith coming in as well.
So it seems, and that brings up a good topic and question too, is that people are coming. Like, we have people in our cabaret group that are coming from Scotland that want to see BB and want to see Steven Skybell. And now that they're making, like, hey, by the way, Ada's not going to be there, and oh, this is still go attend the show. You might say, all right, everybody's in, and then somebody gets sick. And that's frustrating too. And we get it. But like, all we say is don't start spreading the rumors until we know they're true.
Right.
Everyone speculates, it causes a kerfuffle. And I think that just goes for life in general. It's just a little like, don't kick them out the door yet. Baby hasn't said she's going anywhere.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Let them, do their run as long as they choose to do it.
Exactly. And you know what? Somebody will be in that role for a long time.
Yeah. There are, speaking of Book of Mormon, Louis Cleal has literally been in the Book of Mormon since the original cast has started there.
Some of the Moulin Rouge guys have been there since
Some of the
last 5 years.
Thane Jasperson, OBC of Hamilton.
Oh, Thane. I can't wait to share that video. I'm still trying to figure out the best way of releasing it. It was just the best thing in the entire universe.
It's so good.
It really was. It really was. I think that you know what I'd like to do? I think I want to get 2,000 views for our podcast. And once we hit 2,000 views, then next Monday I'll play the video exclusively for those watching our podcast. What do you think?
That'd be great. I love that.
All right. Yeah. So share our podcast. Get the news out there. Get the word out there. When we hit 2,000 views for the Act 14, Part 1 or Part 2, then we will release this really fun video from Thane that we took over at Broadway Con. And we might have some more exciting information at that point too.
Absolutely. Christopher Levy says we have an Orlando boy, Tony Marino, swinging in Book of Mormon right now.
We sure do. There's a lot of Orlando kids on the stage right now. Let's look at Jasmine, hanging out at 6, kicking some ass.
Orlando is a very talented city. Lots of talent comes out of that place.
It does. Thank you, present company included.
Just saying the Backstreet Boys came from Orlando.
Backstreet Boys and Sync, Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they used to play at the Sapphire Supper Club in downtown Orlando. So many more others, but we won't get into that. And yeah, even talking about Justin Sargent, homegrown Orlando boy. I mean, we pump him out. We're not just full of theme parks, we're full of Broadway stars. Yep. Look at Chris doing this. Alex Ferguson, Sophia Deller, and Sarah Phonic. We're full of them. So if you're looking to make your Broadway dreams a success and New York is too overwhelming for you, come to Orlando. No, don't, because the rent is way overpriced, so we don't want it to go up anymore.
And Jeffrey said that he is looking forward to Ragtime at City Center. I am so looking forward to Ragtime at City Center. That's one of my favorite shows. I love Ragtime. Yes.
I love this.
Leah Michelle was in it in like the 1998 revival as like a child.
That doesn't win any points for me.
Yeah. So like one day I was watching the YouTube performance from the Tonys and I'm like, God, that child looks familiar. And I'm like, holy crap, that's Leah Michelle.
No disrespect to Leah Michelle, but when JJ and I, not JJ Neiman, but my buddy JJ and I, when we went to go see Funny Girl, we were very happy Leah was out that day.
Yeah, I mean, she's not, I don't really go out of my way to see her, but it was just one of those moments where I was like, man, I've seen that child before. Yep. And she looks exactly the same as a child as she does now.
Yes, it's like those little pellets you put into water and they grew into dinosaurs. It's just like that. It's just like Pokey evolved.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Also, can I just say, so I live in Florida. We know this. It's raining and it's gross outside. And like, I keep my house like at a nice, cool 72. And I just have to say, I'm cuddling with my jacket that I specifically bought because of Gail Rankin's costume in Cabaret.
I love it. I'm wearing my Book of Mormon hoodie.
I am wearing my pajamas that I slept in last night because I have not left my house because there is a hurricane outside.
I just honestly, I put my air conditioner on super low, so it's freezing in my apartment. I've just been bundled up in hoodies and blankets all day long.
I have my fans going. I have my blackout curtains, and I live in like a courtyard, so I get no sun. This vampire is a very happy vampire. All right, what's next on the agenda with 15 minutes left? We were so good. We were on time. Then the internet happened. Now we're on part 2.
Honestly, that's all we have for the agenda. So
we can't end our show early. What is this?
I know. I was gonna say, let's put it out to the people. Does anyone have anything they want to bring up? Anything anyone wants to talk about in the comments?
You know, I think I want to talk about something I wasn't going to bring up in the show today.
Okay.
And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Bring it up.
There's a very interesting thing going around right now that's kind of like influencers, Broadway theater influencers compared to social media marketing, compared to marketing, compared to like we get asked on a daily basis, like what, like, oh, you guys are great influencers. And we're like, we have like 415,000 followers, but we're not out there making TikTok videos or intentionally making stuff that's viral. We're here. We want to create the community and make it a safe environment and keep it open. Oh, theater etiquette, Olivia. We will always talk about that. Let me get off my soapbox for a second, my friend. We will. We will. But it's really interesting because we're never like, I was talking to a friend of mine for Broadway Con earlier today, and they're very much like fighting for influencers and saying that influencers and TikTokers are like really doing Broadway right. Wow. I personally, and there's nothing wrong with it. Chris Levy and I had a great talk. He's actually reading a book about TikTok and Broadway. It's really fascinating. Very dry, but interesting. And it's a matter of, we're all here. We're all one community. Whatever we can do to help build the fandom and create the community is really important. It doesn't matter that we're not out there. There's no way of tracking ticket sales or return tickets, like when people are coming back. All we know is that us personally, we can look at our groups. We can see the growth of our groups, whether it's in membership or whether it's in viewership, and how many things get shared and how many people participate. If a show is slow and a group is slow, all we can do is continue to grow that community. We're not looking at doing a video of us going into a theater. Hey, check out, we're at whatever theater, whatever show. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not the way that we operate. But we're here to create and then incorporate everybody and make a safe space that kind of, again, bridges that gap between the fan and the show and makes it safe and welcoming for everyone. And I think that, again, sound off in the comments, because I think Amber and I have been able to create this kind of opening and welcoming communities. We have family members, cast members, production, like people are eyeing all of this, guys. You never know who's looking. That includes us. That includes us, because I've been told by some pretty big names in the industry, like, oh, hey, we're part of this group, but we really enjoyed this. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. That's crazy.
Sometimes I'll scroll through like the members list and I'll be like, whoa.
Yes, we'll send screenshots at like 2:00 in the morning going, hey, did you know that so-and-so's in the group? No, I had no idea. But that also is a testament to our members, because our members are constantly, helping the community evolve and getting involved and participating and not misbehaving. And if you're misbehaving, you get a spanking, and not in a good way. But we just want to make sure that you guys are enjoying the communities, and know that if you want to call us influencers, that's fine. But know that you're never really going to see like crazy TikToks and viral videos from us. We're here to have an open conversation just like this. And to be able to have friends and family, and increase and expand our social circles just like you guys are, so that if you're looking at going to a show, let's talk about Cabaret. I wanted to sit at a table seat. They're hella expensive and you have to buy them in pairs. One of our members wound up having an extra seat. That was really cool. And I bought the ticket and we sat together, and now I have a new friend out of that. And I really love that. That's the environment we want to create.
Absolutely.
We're not here for like the big hit and then we're done. Anyways, let's go back into theater etiquette because we can. Oh, Jimmy, we have a Jimmy tax too. Everybody enjoy Amber's best friend Jimmy's butt. There you go. There you go. He's completely oblivious because we're in her ears.
Completely oblivious.
Actually, since we're still on topic, Chris just wrote, do you think part of it is that, quote, influencer has become a generic name for content creator or person who facilitates fandom? I think it's a great question. I'm going to take a pause to answer that effectively, Chris, and Amber, of course, can answer this as well. I think when it comes to the word influencer, like I think of like trendsetter, like Regina George with the freaking holes in the shirt. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is definitely a reference that you guys should all get with Mean Girls. We're not looking at, hey, look, Heather's hair is this, or Amber put pink and purple in her hair, or she adopts or fosters. Like, we are trying to influence you to see shows, but we are cultivating the communities around those. We're not trying to create content that's, are you okay? She's making a face. What are you doing?
Yes, Jeffrey just shared a picture of a very cool ragtime merch shirt, which is awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jeffrey.
Can we get that up on the screen so the rest of the viewers can watch or see?
Let me see if I'm able.
Let's hold up.
Oh yeah, I can hold up my phone.
Let's see. Nope. Over. Closer. Zoom in. There you go. Oh, that's really cool. Wow,
Yeah,
Jeffrey. That's really cool.
Nice
that.
Quality
We
shirt.
love it. For those, we want to share the shows as much as we can, and it's all about our members sharing their experiences as well. With our followers and our groups, like I sound like a cult leader. It's great. But we really just want to encourage people to share and be part of something and feel like they're part of this like special moment that we don't know if this is going to last forever. Like, let's talk about Beetlejuice. Amber and I are huge Beetlejuice fans. We're both part of the Netherlings group, which has been around since, previews. I was at the second preview for Beetlejuice, and it just lives on and on and on, and tours and everything, and people just can't get enough of it. And it's incredible.
Right.
It made it through the pandemic. That's crazy. But there's this online community of people who just really are pushing forward. I know Chris and I were talking earlier about something in this book said like the TikTokers are the ones teaching the dances and the ones that are doing this. That's mostly social media marketing. Mm-hmm. That's not an influencer's thing. Like New Money Dance, Ben Cameron just did it on Dance Captain, Dance How. Or dance whatever. But the shows are releasing stuff so you can feel like part of it. They had panels for the Hot Honey Dance at Broadway Con. It's encouraging people to do stuff. I know that Gatsby, we'll just talk on Gatsby because it's just a dead Gatsby day. Gatsby asked for people to sing along to some of the cast recording to be invited to the cast album release. Cool.
They just did a tattoo event where if you got a tattoo, you got a free ticket.
You don't have to be an influencer to do that. So everybody, I think, can influence others. Yes, I still think it's super weird. No matter when I walk through the theater district, I get recognized by people that are in our groups. I'm happy for it, especially because I don't wear these all the time. This is only when I'm home. So super fun. But let's see.
Something that's really fulfilling about our groups too is groups that we have like Sweeney Todd and Cabaret, where people are like, oh my God, I saw the performance in 98 or I saw the performance in 87.
Or as part of the original cast of Tommy. Like, right. That one was really cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, and I'm so happy I found this group because no one else really understands and gets to talk about it and share with me.
Right.
So we get, people that
all
are
all
levels of fandom. And then you have these new shows like Death Becomes Her, The Great Gatsby, where we have these fans that are part of the bringing it to life, and they get to share in the experience. Like I was there in the beginning of this show,
let's look at it with Water for Elephants. We followed that journey for a while, personally from Atlanta up to Broadway. And it's really incredible to see, and everybody's shopping stuff around. These shows just don't pop up. And that was something else that I had talked about earlier is that, and we briefly talked about it last week, but a lot of these shows are releasing the cast recordings or some songs prior to the show coming to Broadway because
Yeah.
it's helping people get familiar with the songs. Somebody had asked in our regular Broadway fan club group, they said, look, my partner's coming. They're not a Broadway fan. They don't even know what Wicked is. What show should we take them to? And I'm like, look, Jukebox Musical, as much as people give a shit for them, they're fun. People know the music. Give them something that they know the music for and enjoy. My very first show that I saw on Broadway is technically a jukebox musical. And for those of you that know, All Shook Up, it's Elvis songs.
Right.
That's a jukebox musical. Yeah, Olivia, jukebox for sure. It's these shows have longevity. And Juliet, jukebox musical. Moulin Rouge, jukebox musical. There's
A
nothing wrong.
jukebox musical I really loved that I saw years ago that I think about all the time was Moving Out. Did you see
Moving
that
Out?
one?
Nope, I did
Moving
not.
Out.
Nope, I didn't. But I mean, hello, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was so good.
Head over heels. Once Upon a One More Time. There's so many shows that are doing it. And guys, just because it's not a jukebox musical, you're still seeing an IP you're familiar with. Beetlejuice, Back to the Future, Moulin Rouge, Wicked. Wicked's the story of the Wizard of Oz. Like, there's so many things. Play to what you're comfortable with. Like when I took my dad to his first Broadway show last year, yes, this was a real thing we talked about last week. Moulin Rouge, New York, and Shocked. I gave him a trifecta. Big Broadway musical with music he knew.
Mhm.
A brand new show that was an homage to New York, which was so incredible and closed way too early.
Yep.
And a funny show that wasn't necessarily known to be a musical besides Alex Newell's mid-show freaking standing ovation.
Right.
Independently owned and operated, but known for being the musical for Hee Haw. That's literally what Shucked was. And
Right.
giving him that trifecta.
And corn puns. It's corn puns.
So many corn puns. But you know what? I fought. I didn't want to go to that show. I'm like, no, stupid, so stupid. And I loved it. It was
It's
great.
so good. Yeah.
And the story at the end was just so freaking good. And if you haven't seen it and you didn't see the twist, I'm not giving it away. But it was such a great. And of course, they go to freaking Florida. They go to Tampa. I don't know. We pumped so many people full into Broadway that now we're in Book of Mormon. We're in Shocked. We're in every show. It's great. So, all right, let's see. Oh, Jeffrey Cohen out of here. I know Leader of the Pack, Jeffrey Cohen. Best Jukebox Musical, Leader of the Pack. I don't need to look it up. I'm going to tell you how I saw Leader of the Pack. You'll enjoy this, I hope. I was on a marching band field trip to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, baby. And they decided to take us band nerds to a dinner show. And it was a theater that played the Leader of the Pack while we sat and ate subpar food. That show was so much fun. If you guys don't know it, seriously, actually take Jeffrey's advice and look it up. It's all like the Chandrels, like 50s, 60s, doo-wop music, motorcycles. It's like Grease, but not. It's so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Motown. There's so many Jersey boys, but don't fight that. And we'll touch briefly on Olivia talking about theater etiquette. You know, I'll even talk about movie theater etiquette because I think it applies too. Amber will appreciate this one. Amber is a face right now. You're good? We're almost done.
I'm good.
Just rocking and rolling.
Oh.
You're going to take a nap.
I just drank a full Red Bull and I'm going to fall right to sleep.
Oh, yeah. So I decided to take myself out on a nice Heather date Saturday night. And I went to go see Deadpool. Hello, Marvel Girl. Was really excited. I stopped to go get snow caps and cherry Mountain Dew because it's like an almost 3-hour long movie, including credits, blah, blah, blah. I get in. Now, it's assigned seating. Fine. Everybody is spread out over the seat that I have. And I'm like, hi, that's my seat. This happens in theaters too. They put their stuff down. They forget about it. Or like it's encroaching on your feet. Like the one that sprained my foot at the Notebook with their backpack. I'm okay. Not bitter. But people are still on their phones. Or they're talking loudly. Or singing. This can go anywhere. And then the biggest thing, and Amber heard this, and like literally my friend Tim, I called him as soon as the movie was over to complain about it. The 3 idiots next to me, while I'm sitting there going, okay, that movie was incredible. The MCU is back. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's funny as hell. It's what we wanted, and then some. And it also inspired a new cosplay. Yes. But these three idiots, and I'm not going to mention their ages because it makes me look like an elitist. They're like, oh my God, I don't understand where Marvel's going, where they're making the wrong direction. They're making. No, you just don't understand from what we've gone through over the last 2 decades. It was handed on a silver platter and then some. There's no spoilers here. But they just went on and on and on while the credits were still rolling. Now, anybody that knows, that's like a standing O or like, curtain calls on and on and on, pissed off everybody in the theater that was there. So it started so many arguments, or like the couple that was next to me that was having a legit fight. Guys, that happens in the theaters too. And all we will ever remind you guys to be is be kind, be smart. That's really important. Don't start a fight with somebody like that lady that started a fight with me at the Notebook. Respect your surroundings. If your phone is here, look, I'm not even going to tell you I have a light this way. Let's see. Light there. I have a light there and I have a light there right now on me. But can you guys see all of this light that's coming from my phone? And I have a dark background. This lights up everywhere. Be respectful. You're there. My favorite part about theater is disconnecting from the outside world. And I think Amber can attest to this. You kind of like shut off that outside world for a little bit and you're plunged into fantasy. You're there, you're enjoying it, you have music, that's something different in your soul that kind of re-energizes, at least for me, it re-energizes you. And you're like, wow, I just learned a lesson, or I just cried, or I just laughed at something, or I just learned something, or if it's a show I've seen 500 times, I just noticed this little random thing that just made me so happy. So happy. Don't take me out of that, please. Unless you're Cabaret and you're Eddie Redmayne, squeezing my shoulder, or Helga coming up and growling at me because I was wearing something low cut. What are you doing?
We've got another.
Jeffrey. Oh my God, Jeffrey Cohen.
A signed playbill.
You are seriously becoming one of my favorite people because you have such cool nostalgic memorabilia. Thank you so much for sending that over as I'm ranting and ranting and ranting. But all I'm going to say, because Olivia got me on my damn soapbox, is that be respectful of the surroundings, not only of the theater, but Chris Levy has it right here. Look at this. We write down the spicy things you say during the show. Yes, we do. Actors can see your phones and hear you talking. Guys, do you remember a couple years ago, a very prominent Broadway star stopped a freaking show to yell at somebody to put their phone away? I can personally attest, Amber's going to laugh at this next comment. I've been on both the Broadway and the off-Broadway stage. Am I lying?
No, not at all.
I was in the Winter Garden. I went stage door and backstage with my girl, Amber Ardolino. And it was my first time being on that massive Winter Garden stage and looking out. Now, there's nobody in the audience, but you can see all the way in the back. Imagine if you have somebody right in front of you who's just down on their phone or doing something inappropriate. And I also was over at the theater where 20-Sided Tavern is. I was brought up on stage by the cast. Also, go see that show. So much fun. And I was like, oh my God.
They're going on tour, by the way.
They are. And they're still, they're in New York, but they're also doing tour. And they did a panel. I'm so mad I missed it at BroadwayCon. So much fun. No show is ever the same. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's literally Dungeons & Dragons live on the screen. And you're doing stuff on your phone while you're doing it. And I have so many photos to upload. But I went up expecting to not be able to see this massive off-Broadway stage of 499 seats. And I could see everybody, even with the lights. So just be respectful of the people on stage who are busting their humps to make sure that you enjoy yourself and the people around you who paid a lot of money to be there as well.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, Darlene Love signed that, by the way. No? Okay. Chris, we had someone at a show who, once the show started, reached into her bag, pulled out her knitting, and knitted through Act 1. WTF. Yeah. Nope. It's not the Olympics. It is not that one guy who's literally knitting during the Olympics.
Tom Daly, we loved him.
It's adorable. But also, we're not at the Olympics. And also, he's sitting and taking a break. He's allowed to do that. You're not. You're paying good money. Sit and watch damn show. Anyways, now that I'm off my high horse, we always encourage you guys to let us know what's going on. Tell us what's bothering you. Did something happen at a show that you didn't like? Did you have something happen at a stage show that you loved? Share it with us. Share it with our groups. Speaking of sharing, let's tell you a little bit about a couple of things that we've got going on. First off, we always encourage you guys to go to www.thebroadwayfanclub.com. That's going to take you directly to our link tree. And our link tree is going to show you all 51 of our groups that we're currently running. And it'll help you get in contact with both myself and Amber. Amber, what else does it take them to?
It will take you to our Etsy shop where you can find bracelets like these beautiful babies.
That is
there are so many.
Let me see. What's the newest one you made on there? Show us.
The newest ones I made were actually some Bonnie and Clyde bracelets.
Ooh.
We have some that say Barrow Gang.
Oh, nice.
And we have a Bonnie and a Clyde set.
Oh my God, is that adorable?
Yeah.
Now, we do have some new stuff coming that I know you, Amber, can't wait for. I'm even more excited about. We have some like Team Some and Team Someone Else. We also have like I Hearts. So if there's something that you haven't seen yet, tell us. We're going to make it. We're going to give you credit for it. It's going to be your collaboration with us because we want you guys to have a good time. But yeah, make sure you go to the BroadwayFanClub.etsy.com. And right now, I think through this weekend, we're running a BroadwayCon promotion, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We are running a special because we brought everything to BroadwayCon. So everything is 25% off if you use the code BroadwayCon24.
That's incredible. Go spend your money and help support the rest of the group because that's how we can afford to keep our StreamYard lights on. I'm not kidding. StreamYard charges us to have this lovely studio. And on top of that, if you're looking for even more Broadway and talking about Beetlejuice and Wayne and Alex, go to thebroadwaycruise.com. It is not Seth Rudetsky's cruise, which everyone wants to ask us through Six Man. It's really fun. Did it this past year. We've done a whole episode about it. It's where I met the crazy Hittens, Kara Hitton that was on last week, which we've got some really exciting stuff coming up. Make sure you follow the website. But if you're looking for more information on who's coming for next year's 2025 Broadway Cruise, go to thebroadwaycruise.com and enter promo code 2, number 2, B like boy, F like Frank, C like Charlie. 2 big freaking coupon. That's what I'm always going to say. But with that being said, we are always so honored to have you guys spend your Monday nights with us, your Friday nights with us, any time of the week. We're just happy that you guys are around. We know there's so many other things you guys can be doing. Me personally, the hurricane is a thing that I might go make sure that the plants outside are not flying around at school. And Amber is going to get all cuddly. Everybody send some extra love to my dear friend Amber. She needs some virtual hugs right now. Yes. We'll do. Wait, no, this is not we're not allowed to do this anymore. This shows our age.
Oh, what is it now?
Anybody else? I don't remember.
Yeah, like I don't remember.
Thing. It's a weird thing. I think this is. I know
it's weird. I know it's weird. We're
showing our age, guys. We're showing our age. I can do this. So here, look. This is okay.
Jen, do you want to say bye to the people? Come here. Come say bye to the people.
We'll puppy tags. Amber will be dog sitting for Zen all month.
The entire month of August.
Let's see. Come on, Zen.
Coming. There we go.
Enjoy your puppy tax of the evening. It is the one and only Zenjamin. Hi, Bubbers.
Hello, Zen. I'm Zen.
Always a furry tax, whether it's human or dog or cat. But I'm so happy that you guys have joined us. Please make sure you go check out the rest of our groups. And feel free to comment and message us too. Let us know what you guys want to talk about on our next episode. There's always some crazy Broadway stuff going on, and we're here to bring it for you. But hey, Jeffrey, that's a good number to beat. Jeffrey Cohen, 69 of the house. Olivia, 29. 41, baby. 41. This is what it looks like.
I'll be 36 in December.
Look at you. I'll be 42 in December. Anyways, now that we get to know each other a lot more, guys, thank you for spending your Monday nights with us. And remember, when Broadway is dark, we keep that ghost light burning. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.